How's it going, everybody? Jeremiah here from Babbling in my backyard. In this video we are going to talk about water lilies and how we will transplant them into other pots. But we're going to have a bit of a twist on how we replant these. We're going to do some experimenting because, of course, this is how I work. As a manufacturing engineer, I'm always experimenting, trying to find the best ways to do things. So stick around. The first thing I'd like to talk about is what happens when you don't properly protect your plants from koi. I've got some pretty big koi in the pond, and unfortunately when you just use clays and the soils and the pea gravel, they will get in here and just take everything out of the pot. So even with the stuff that came from the store, this is how I bought this one, it has been emptied out. That's how I just pulled it out of the pond. So really what we want to do is protect the top, and we're going to show you how to do that when we replant these. The options for planting these things is several, right? You can use these style net pots, which are common, or you can use these fabric style pots like this. This one is a fabric style, this one's a fabric style. This is a little less expensive, this is a little larger, and it has a pull tie so that I guess you can protect the plant. This one I had protected, but the other problem is then if plant starts to expand out in the different directions, then it doesn't have an option to come out of this pot because you have it closed up. So you really don't want to do it that way anyways. You want the space so that it can keep growing outward. In this video, we are going to plant in some different planters. We're going to use a regular style planter. This one here, we'll put a little pea gravel on the bottom, put some clay in it, and then bigger gravel. We're also going to do a plant or multiple plants in this tub. This will really give a cool effect because it'll have several plants within it, so it'll really grow and cover a big space in the pond, which is I hope that it's going to look really great. So you don't need pea gravel, but I'm going to use pea gravel just to save some money. This product here is going to be excellent for water lilies. It's just a potting soil that doesn't cause clouding and it doesn't float, but this will work really great for what we're doing. Additionally, you will need fertilizer. I use this product here, these little tablets. Just can kind of take these guys and put them right into the soil, right next to the roots. And you can add those things in once a month or so. We are just starting spring here in Oregon. One of the reasons I prefer to do it right now is because these guys are budding for me, so I can tell where the plant's breaking off in the different spots, which makes it easier for me to chop off the sections that are going to grow into another plant. I find that it's a little bit more difficult to do at the end of the season when these things have already started to die off. Maybe I'm just not doing it early enough, I don't know, but I like to enjoy it through the season until they start dying, so I don't really jump in there and start cutting them up then. So just need to cut these guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here first on this end. I'm going to go that direction. And I've got this plant started here. There's also a little something there. So I'm going to cut it right back here, all the way back to this spot. It cuts fairly easy. That's not a problem. It's going to just slice right apart. So this guy here, then I can put in one planter like this. I'm going to fertilize it. I'm going to take one of these pellets, stick it right down in next to the roots, and then I'm going to cover this with some heavier rock. These rocks, the koi cannot move. So I put these in so that they don't disrupt the plant. So this one's done. It can go right into the pond just like this. I'll move it aside. The next one I'm going to do is the tub style. And I'm going to put a couple different plants in this from the corners. One from this corner, one from that corner. I could have cut this up to another couple plants, but I'm not going to for this pot because this is such a large pot. I really want it to be covered. Again, if I were to cut this one, I have this bud here kicking out. I would slice it there. That's going to be one section that can go in another pot. I've got these other ones popping up in here. Those are, I got at least 3 strong plants right there that will take off. I do have some previously drilled holes. There's a couple of holes that were in this because this one time was a small filter that I had on a little tank. So I just got to put a bigger rock next to those so that the gravel doesn't flow out of there. I'm just carefully pulling out any of the leaves that are already started. The other thing is when I put these in here, I want to be sure that those buds that I had started, the ones where I would have broke them off, that those are coming up so that they have a quicker chance of getting to the surface. Because I'm doing such a big one here, I am going to put in a couple per. 2 per, so a total of 4 of them in this one. And I'm going to put them on both sides of the root. Okay, I'm going to move this one aside now, and we'll do the last option. It's just a regular pot. The only thing is I will have to throw some bigger rock down here just because of these massive holes. For this one, I have 2 plants here. So I'm cutting it right. Maybe 3 plants. That might be one that's coming out. This one's definitely one. But it looks like I got another nub right there. But it's pretty weak right now, so I'm going to go ahead and split it right here. This will be 1 plant. Pretty quick, easy. Now I throw the rocks on top. If you want to know which way is the best way to do this, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I will have follow-up videos for this to see later in the season what's doing the best. and I will keep track actually a progression. So the next video will show the progression and what my thoughts are for what the best option is. My guess is they're all going to do pretty close to the same. The only thing that I'm really looking forward to seeing is what that tub does, because the tub is so big and I've got 2 larger plants in there. One thing I didn't talk about is that these are all hardy water lilies. With my climate, I can't do tropical water lilies. I do love them, and maybe in the future I will do tropicals also, because I am building a greenhouse, so that's another video to look forward to. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.